In response to the need for human knowledge, NASA continues to extend its physical presence in space, as seen with its recent Mars travel. It has also clicked some particularly mysterious and frightening images on several missions, and there's no explanation for it. We can all imagine what might live in outer space. Is it aliens? What if there are alien serial killers or new monsters? Could they easily catch a ride to Earth? Let's dive into that topic. Stay till the end to find out about a new legit unidentified glowing object in space. Welcome to our channel, where we provide you with facts related to space and technology. Before heading on to the video, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on any of our updates. We all have preconceived notions about the worst possible events that could occur on Earth, including what ghosts and enormous creatures like monsters are assumed to look like. So, what if you find out that some of your wildest fantasies and darkest nightmares as to what happens in space eventually occur and were caught on record? Well, take a look at some of the most terrifying pictures ever taken in space. In this clip from the 2009 Google Moon, a joint project between NASA and Google, the finder recorded the discovery and posted it to YouTube, where it quickly gained attention because some believed it had been evidence of extraterrestrial life on the moon. An analyst by the name of Tom Rose even went so far as to claim that the man depicted in the image resembles the statue of Colossus of Rhodes from 226 BC. NASA has not confirmed that the object is related to any kind of extraterrestrial life. On Apollo 16, there were 3 astronauts on board who noticed something in space only 11 days after taking off. They caught a glimpse of an odd circular-shaped craft that demands attention since it is so unreal. They were able to film a brief video that lasted only a few seconds thanks to a fantastic dome-like structure. The clip, lasting only a few seconds, clearly displays the anonymous UFO in normal denial mode. The UFO enigmatically disappeared for nearly 30 years thanks to some technical magic. A worker at Johnson Space Center found the recording. Concentric white and gold rings surround the dome, and a long, thin structure protruding from the side is, for all intents and purposes, a flying saucer, as shown by a high-resolution scan of the tape. Intrigued academics at a research institute in Houston, Texas, used a high-resolution digital scan to optimize the movie and identify the video recorded. The linear feature projecting from the item, which was hidden in the original image, is now visible like the Perseverance rover employed in the Mars 2020 mission. The precise nature of this object is currently unknown. NASA developed a high interest when the Curiosity rover set out on a mission in 2014 and captured a very weird image. Curiosity's scientific instruments discovered chemical and mineral traces of previous habitable conditions on Mars early in the mission. It keeps looking into the geologic record from a period when microbial life might have existed on Mars. The largest and most sophisticated science research tool ever dispatched to the surface of Mars is Curiosity rover. The nature and shape of rocks and soil record the evolution of Martian climatology. By examining granular samples taken back from rock drill holes, Curiosity deciphers this record. To ascertain a rock or soil's composition and history, particularly its interactions with freshwater history, it also analyzes the chemical fingerprints that are present in such materials. On Mars, a sharp ray of light emerged behind a dune, and due to its look, many UFO enthusiasts have hypothesized that Mars may have life. The photograph is particularly noteworthy because only the right lens of the rover, which is a bit slower, was able to take it. However, in describing the image, NASA claims that it may have been a cosmic ray or a shine from a sparkling rock that struck the sensor. The rock formations on Mars claim to have seen a human-like figure, and according to some researchers, this can be confirmed once more that there might be the possibility of alien life in humanistic forms roaming the planet. Others think it might be a statue created by extraterrestrials on Mars, or a naturally occurring metamorphic rock that resembles a human. This explanation is implausible, and also not as interesting as the possibility of alien life, and therefore not so popular. In 2012, a novice astronomer observed a peculiar object orbiting the planet. It was also seen by a larger telescope in Italy, which measured it to be roughly 60 feet long overall, and rotating on its axis at a rate of about 1 revolution per minute. The object's luminescence altered due to rotations, but NASA's UFO program was unable to find it when looking for anomalies in the area around Earth. They noticed that it did not match any space junk from a recently launched spacecraft, and that it must have reached Earth's orbit legitimately. Experts predict that the object will return to visit Earth in around 30 years due to its recent strange looping orbit, which was fundamentally unstable and caused it to leave our planet's orbit. However, enthusiasts believe it to be an alien craft. The source of the strange flash of lightning that NASA observed in 1972 while a spacecraft was orbiting the moon remains unknown. It's either striking the surface of the moon or rising from deep below it. Given that the United States government has developed top-secret designs for a moon base, the conspiracy theory that there is a subterranean moon base hidden in the crater is more realistic than you might believe. They even have elaborate schematics. Another explanation is that it could be a lightning sprite. These are seen on Earth when lightning spreads out in the cloud, decapitating it before it reaches the ground. This would be a logical explanation if only the moon had an atmosphere. It was known as Project Horizon with the aim to be finished in 1966 for $6 billion to the taxpayer. However, it was shut down by President Eisenhower. The image was a much wider image caught on the Spirit panorama camera. Therefore, this description may not be as exact as it should be. The Lunar Crater Imaging and Sensor Satellite spacecraft are also known as LCROSS. In 2009, a 2.2-ton NASA spacecraft plunged straight into the moon while still in orbit, making its way to the crater on the moon's south pole where it plummeted into the debris to gather data. This mission is frequently referred to as kamikaze mission. However, a very odd thing was observed by a spacecraft during the mission, and this was an image of what appeared to be a structure built in the crater. It's unlike anything seen in any of the other images we've received from the mission. Dark shadows surrounding the anomaly make it difficult to tell whether it's rising from the ground, resting on the ground, or hovering in the air. The structure in this image is unrealistic and not naturally part of the moon, and there's no evidence that humans have ever built anything on that part of the moon. This photograph surprised NASA workers, and some who saw the image even postulated that NASA sent the aircraft to damage an alien base on the moon. Italy sent an experimental tether as part of their 75th space mission celebration in 1996. The intention was to explore new power sources, particularly a method to cleanly harness solar. As the shuttle crew started deploying the satellites, the umbilical cable was powered by wind. The equipment's oval shape was sent drifting off into deep space when the cable broke. Unidentified glowing objects can be seen flying around the detached tether in the mission video. Did the objects approach to inspect the strange floating piece of space debris, or were they to blame for the cable snapping in the first place? So far, they failed to acknowledge or explain the extraordinary incident. The video clearly shows the tether, but also some mysterious bright object flying around it. This mission's objectives were to discover new sources of spacecraft power and study the environment at the highest point of the planet Earth. Nevertheless, the tether failed to launch. People have become more interested in the film as a result of NASA's deliberate absence of any mention of the items photographed by the satellite. However, NASA has yet to provide a convincing explanation for what the object might be. Do tell us your views in the comments section. If you've reached this far, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and press the notification bell so you may not miss any future updates. See you in another video. Until then, take care.